Today's video can be found on page 34 in your packets. Page 34, our 1B bar modeling packet. The grocery store problem. I would like you to read this problem and again, try this on your own. Come in with questions and try to answer this one on your own. We'll go over this tomorrow. So page 35, everyone. Advanced skills, in model method, before and after models involving more than one quantity. So here's the action figure problem. Amiel had 3 times as many action figures in his collection as Boo. After Amiel gave Boo 14 action figures, they each had the same number of action figures. Find the number of action figures in Boo's collection before and after Amiel gave him the action figures. So we're going to be shifting the bar, and you're going to have to fill in this BAR because I think it didn't copy on your page. So after Amiel gave Boo 14 of them, they had the same number. So just moving or shifting Amiel's 1 bar down to Boo, that would give them the same number. Their length would be the same. Therefore, this unit has to be the 14, right? It's going down here. He gave him 14. Oh, it's going to Boo. So 1 unit, it happens to be 1 unit, is the 14. So before, Boo only had 1 unit, which was 14. And now, after, he has 2 units, which makes it 28. The 2 quantities are compared with each other, just like in the comparison situations that we did before. However, in this chapter, or this part of the video, we're going to compare quantities at 2 points in time, before and after some event. The vans program. One van had 5 times as many people as another. So this one is the 5, right? And this is the one that has only 1, 5 times the other. After 6 people moved from one van to the other, there was an equal number of people in both vans. So I've got to take some from my long bar and make it so that my small bar is exactly the same length as it. So what I'm going to do is, if I just take 1 and move it down here, this would be 2. And you could do this. You could just erase. This would be 4. Not the same. So if I move another 1, right? So I'm taking 2 of these and moving them down, right? These 2, I'm moving. I'm shifting them to the other position. Now each van has 3 bars in it. So this movement of those 2 bars was worth 6. 6 people moved, right? So 2 units is 6 people. 1 unit, therefore, is 3. Is 9 in van 1 and 9 in van 2, which gives me a total of 18. 18 people were in both vans. So not so bad so far. Next page. In a game, Zach sank 3 times as many baskets as Jin. Yanni sank half as many baskets as Zach. They sank a total of 44 baskets. Find the number of baskets that Zach sank. So step 1. Zach had 3 times as many as Jin. So Jin's the 1 bar. Zach is the 3 bars. We're trying to find how many did Zach have. Before Yanni's model can be drawn, however, we need to cut Zach's model in half. Yanni sank half as many baskets as Zach. So if we cut Zach in half, right? Here's half, and here's half. That's a Yanni bar. So if we put them all together here, and I wouldn't show it each step by step, I have my original Zach. He was cut in half. He's the same length now as Yanni. We can create all of the picture now. So Zach has twice of Jin. Yanni has half of Zach. All together, because we've cut this in half, We now have half pieces, so it says you should cut all of the bars in half. So we have all of these halves. How many halves do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there's where the 11 comes from. There are 11 units, which is 44. There's our question. Our question mark was up here. How many does Zach have? Zach has 6 of those, so Zach sank 24 baskets. 5/8 of a group of boys chose the lion as their favorite animal. 2/3 of the rest chose the elephant. The remaining 18 boys chose the cheetah. How many boys were in the group? So we want to know, what is the total? Right? The total. That's the question mark. 5/8. So you can see that there are 8 bars drawn here altogether. 5 of them are labeled with the lion. 2/3, well, there's only 3 of them left. 1, 2, 3. So 2/3 of them chose the elephant. So I'm just going to put a big E here for elephant. The remaining 18 boys chose the cheetah. So this is the 18 that represents the cheetah. 1 unit, obviously, is 18. How many were there in total? Well, there were 5/8, so there were 8 to start with. 1 unit is 18, so 8 times 18 would give me a total of 144. There were 144 boys.
Boys Modified Soccer, your bus is here. Attention, Boys Modified Soccer, your bus is here.
Well, those Boys Modified Soccer better get going on to the bus. Yes, and sometimes the announcements do interrupt. 5/8 of a group of girls chose the tiger as their favorite animal. So now 5 of the 8 parts are labeled tiger. 5/6, I have 3 parts left. Oh, if I cut those into 2, so I'm going to use a different color here. If I cut those in half, that's 6. 5/6 of the rest chose the monkey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So only from here over. So this is the monkey. The remaining 18 girls chose the giraffe. So only this little part right here, this 18, is the giraffe. How many girls were there in the group? So again, the question is, how many was the total? So question mark. Half of a bar is 18 this time, right? One little teeny tiny unit, or half of one, is 18. But if I continue to find all the half pieces, which you kind of should do, how many halves do we have in 8? How many halves do we have in 8? Well, 8 divided in half would be 8 times 2, which would be 16. So 1 unit was 18 people choosing the giraffe. So 16 units would be 16 times 18, which would give me 288. How many girls are in the group? There are 288 girls in the group. Okay, C. 5/8 of the children now chose the orangutan. Is that 2 words? Orangutan, I don't know if that's spelled right, as their favorite animal. So orangutan. 1/4 of the rest, I have 3 bars. I've got to cut them into 4ths. So is that 12ths? Wow. Okay, this is going to be tiny. It's going to be hard to do. You're going to have to cut each of these bars into 4 equal pieces. So really hard to do this with this thick marker. So they're cut into 4 equal pieces. So a fourth of what's left, if I cut them all into 4s, 3 times 4, there will be 12 of them. I need a fourth of 12, so that would be 3. So 3 parts of this, these are all, if you can do it real carefully, cut into 4 equal parts. Doesn't look like it on here. We need wider bars. So a fourth of them would be 3 of these, so that would be this little piece, and this little piece, and this little piece represents the zebra. So 9 units represents the 18 people, so each unit equals 2. They're asking us to find the total. So now I've divided my 8 large boxes, all cut into 4s, which I'm not going to draw all that. I'm going to write it out here. 8 large boxes, or 8 large bars, cut into fourths, because of this 4 right here. Well, 8 times 4 would give me 32, so now I have 32 total units in my picture, and they are all worth 2. So 32 times 2 tells me that there were 64 children in this picture. I'm running out of space, so I'm just going to say there were 64 children. And that is the video for today.